You know, folks, I've seen a lot of cars come and go. But there's something about the 80s. It was a time of, well, a lot of things. Big hair, loud music, cars that looked like they were designed with a ruler and a dream. The 80s gave us excess, angles, engines that still turn heads. Forget subtlety, the decade of the poster car. The kind you'd tape to your bedroom wall and stare at for hours. And let me tell you, a lot of these cars weren't just about looks. They had the engineering and the soul to back it up. Brash, bold, brilliant. So, what we're gonna do today is take a trip back in time. No flux capacitor needed. Well, maybe for one of them. We're gonna count down the top 10 most iconic cars from that neon-drenched decade. Alright, let's kick this off with a car that's more famous for time travel than its actual travel time. The DeLorean DMC-12, designed by the legendary Giorgetto Giugiaro. The unpainted, brushed stainless steel body panels were unlike anything else. If you got a scratch, you didn't need paint, just a Scotch-Brite pad. And then, of course, the doors, the gull-wing doors. People would stop and stare. It was pure theater. Underneath the drama was a rear-mounted PRV V6, stylish but not a speed demon. A 2.85-liter unit, about 130 horsepower. It looked like $200 mph standing still, but getting to 60 took a while. The DMC-12 was about style and making a statement, the ultimate synthwave companion. Only about 9,000 were produced between 1981 and 1983. Pretty rare today. Now we get to the car that was on every kid's bedroom wall, the Lamborghini Countach. The later 5000 QV cars with huge wings and flared arches became the definitive supercar of the decade. Low, wide, impossibly angular. Marcello Gandini's radical wedge and cab-forward design still shocks today. And the doors, scissor doors. Straight up, behind you, a longitudinal V12. Not just an engine, an orchestra of mechanical fury. It demanded strength and focus. Visibility was basically non-existent, pure theater to drive. The name is Piedmontese slang for astonishment. Countach. A perfect fit for a lifelong wow. All right, from one Italian legend to another. But this one is special. This is the Ferrari F40, the last car personally approved by Enzo Ferrari. You feel his spirit in every inch. Forget leather, stereos, carpets. You open the door with a cord. Pininfarina made it brutally effective. That wing keeps it planted. A 2.9-liter twin-turbo V8 making 478 horsepower. The first road car to break 200 upper Semertas. No driver aids, no traction, no ABS. Just you, the engine, the gearbox, and the road. It talked to you. And if you weren't listening, it would bite. Planned for 400 units, demand exploded to 1,315. Still one of the most coveted cars on Earth. Chapter 4. While the Italians chased emotion, Porsche built a rolling laboratory, the 959. Advanced all-wheel drive dynamically shifted power for grip in any condition. A 2.85-liter flat six with water-cooled heads and sequential turbos. Smooth, relentless thrust. 444 horsepower, 197 MMPU, mind-bending for 1986. Hollow-spoke magnesium wheels with tire pressure monitoring, cockpit adjustable suspension. Never officially sold in the US, a show or display unicorn for years. Development costs were so high Porsche reportedly lost money on each. Engineering over profit. A supercar that redefined possible. Fast, usable, and decades ahead of its time. All right, let's come back down to earth. Not a poster queen, a winner. Built for touring car domination. M Division transformed a 3 Series. Flares, a big rear wing, even the rear window angle changed. The S14, a high-revving 2.3L4, essentially an M16 with 2 cylinders lopped off. About 195 horsepower, but light, telepathic steering, perfectly balanced, a scalpel. Almost every body panel was unique. A race car in a business suit. Next up, a different path. No pistons, a triangle spinning in a peanut-shaped house. The second-gen RX-7, Sleek, stylish pop-up headlights, small and light, set behind the front axle for near 50-50 weight distribution. Balanced, predictable, loves corners. A true driver's car. The Turbo 2 woke it up. Tuner favorite in Japan and the US. Rotary Curio. They sip fuel and a bit of oil to lube apex seals. Bring a bottle, enjoy the buzz. A small price to pay for a unique, unforgettable driving experience. The FC laid the groundwork for the legendary FD, and a cult that never faded. The cool alternative choice to the mainstream sports cars of the day. The sound? A high-pitched rotary buzz you can ID from a mile away. Here we have a car that distilled 80s Japanese design. The Nissan 300ZX Z31. All sharp lines, crisp angles, and half-covered pop-up headlights for that sleepy, cool look. Affordable, reliable, seriously cool. Open-air T-tops. Mall parking lot hero. First Z with a 3.0L V6, NA or turbo, with around 200 HP in 1984. Big numbers, big smiles. Digital dashboards, graphic equalizers, even a talking chime. Retro future cockpit vibes. Little known fact, Japan got the 200ZR with the RB20 DET, kin to the Skyline GTR engines. Before the movie icon MK4, there was the MK3, the A70, when Supra stood on its own. Smooth, substantial, rounded for the coming 90s. And of course, pop-up headlights. The story was power. The 3.0L turbocharged 7M GTE inline-6. Silk smooth, serious punch. A tuner's dream. A stout block that loved more boost and built the Supra legend. Curio, the 1987 Turbo A. Just 500 made for Group A racing. Hotter turbo and tweaks. Daily comfort. Independent suspension. But one mod away from becoming a monster. Dual personality made it special, and cemented a fan base that only grew. The A70 set the stage for royalty. Supra became a name you never forget. You can't do an 80s list without the Chevrolet Corvette. The C4 was a quantum leap. Clean, futuristic clamshell front. Aerodynamic focus. It looked space age. Inside, glowing bar graph gauges. Peak digital age drama. Finally, a chassis that could corner, huge grip for its time. The L98 tuned port injection V8 delivered the torque and muscle people expected. Curio, the ZR1's LT5, all aluminum, DOHC, 32 valves, designed by Lotus, built by Mercury Marine. World-class performance at a fraction of the price, a bargain brawler. All right, we've arrived at number 1, and it might surprise you. The Fox-body Ford Mustang brought affordable V8 performance back to the masses. Light, simple, a live rear axle. Not sophisticated, but brutally effective. The 5.0 GT was a stoplight terror. American muscle, reborn. It democratized speed, superchargers, heads, suspension, everything at your fingertips. From drag strips to grassroots track days, the Fox became the go-to platform. Curio, the Fox platform underpinned a whole family of cars. Longevity from 79 to 93. Not the most exotic or expensive, but maybe the most important performance car of the 1980s. And there you have it, folks. 10 of the coolest cars from the decade of neon and nostalgia. From Italian exotics to Japanese tech and good old American muscle. The 80s gave us everything. Not just transportation, statements. Dreams in steel, aluminum, and carbon fiber. They had character, flaws, and soul. That's our top 10. Which 80s icon are you riding into the neon sunset? If you enjoyed the ride, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment with your favorite 80s car. We've got a deep dive into the wildest concept cars of the 90s coming up. You won't want to miss it. So stay tuned, and until next time, keep the shiny side up.